In the year 1619, the first African slaves were brought to America. This reshaped American society, leading to racial prejudices which became a common epitome throughout the nation. African Americans were scorned, beaten, and killed simply because of their skin color. Only one thing could end their indescribable misery: a revolution. Public injustices were a recurring theme in the 1900s in order to keep Jim Crow a significant figure in society. Segregation was seen as the key to upholding white supremacy. After centuries of discrimination, it was time to take a stand. The Civil Rights Movement would soon turn the social order of America upside down to bring even-handedness to black citizens. Equality was fought for with both peaceful and violent campaigns. Martin Luther King Jr. was the most famous nonviolent campaigner, taking control of the NAACP and publicly speaking to thousands of people at a time to give powerful messages about the importance of racial justice. His most prominent discourse being his "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. on August 28, 1963.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
King encouraged the Montgomery bus boycott after Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat on a public bus in 1955. Boycott sparked around America to show the obvious intolerance for the injustice of ethnic discernment. Along with King, Malcolm Little also joined the fight against racism. As a child, his father was murdered by a group of white men who did not support his role in the community. Little changed his last name to X to represent his ancestors, whose names were lost in the slave trade. X believed that the only way equality was to be reached was by demanding so from the government. This sense of being in control of one's destiny was reflected in the Black Panther Party, formed to provide protection for black citizens since the police were against their safety. Francis Veitch, a Scottish immigrant, first came to the United States in 1958 and saw a radical change from Scotland's lack of racial bigotry to the violence and personal destruction here in the U.S. In my interview with Veitch, she recalled the inequality she saw around her.
I didn't think it was right. I mean, we all have rights, and I didn't like the way some of the, whites reacted to them and how they judged them. I mean, even working with them, they were rude to them, and I didn't think that was right. So I just acted. They'd asked me why. I says, well, at home, there is no color barrier, so why am I going to start something now that I have no feelings for because this is going on? So, no, they didn't influence me. I was sorry that they had to go and be on the opposite side of the street, and they couldn't get on our bus. And, but as the time went on, I guess people started to liking them. And we had a bus load that was coming to our restaurant. So they wanted to know how we would feel. And I said, well, if they come in, I'm going to serve them. So that's what we did. We served them. Some of them weren't happy, but I guess we just knew you're going to have to get along with them.
Along with the help from supportive white citizens, peaceful protests were led around the country. Standing hand in hand to fight the same fight showed that peace between the two cultures was possible. Also, with citizen support, the government began to take action in the Civil Rights Movement. John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson both met with King over several years to discuss the predicament. Finally, during Johnson's presidency, he gave the Civil Rights Bill the push it needed to become a law. The Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964 and outlawed discrimination based on one's gender, religion, or skin tone. America hasn't fully relieved itself of racial tension, but the Civil Rights Movement laid a strong foundation for growth.